What's up, you smelly pirate hookers? This podcast is brought to you by Choke Aloha. Use the promo code Jiu-Jitsu Radio at chokealoha.com and get 20% off your final order. Get the cool Rasta Shaka tee. What do we got going on here? Petey. We have another dog mascot here in the podcast. All right, now he's chilling. Pick up the Rasta Shaka tee or pick up any of the cool gear over at Choke Aloha. Just make sure you use the promo code. Get yourself a discount. They got a couple of those elusive rash guards left. Have you seen those, Shawn?
No, I have not seen those.
You have not seen those?
I have not seen those.
Did you not wear your glasses when you use the internet? Because they're pretty cool. They're out there. Anyway, go pick it up. I know they got a couple of stickers left and a couple of the keychains left too. So they have the ranked keychains. Those are pretty cool. I know I got one. You got one.
I got one.
So they're pretty cool. Snag some of them up. And this podcast is also brought to you by Jiu-Jitsu Soap Co. Go to jujitsusoapco.com. Use the promo code JJRadio. Get 10% off. Pick up some tiger blood. Pick up some cool bath bombs. I can't use the bath bombs because I can't fit in a bathtub.
You should shove one up your butt.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool, right? At least I could fart and smell scent. It's like, it smells like lavender.
Put you to sleep.
Yeah, there you go. Use the promo code JJRadio at Jiu-Jitsu Soap Co. Smell sexy. Stay clean. Don't get the staph infections. Everyone hates getting staphylococcus.
I've never had staph. Knock on wood.
Yeah, it's cool. Just blatantly blow out the mic by tapping on the table. That's cool. Appreciate it.
I wouldn't say it was blatant. It was...
Now it's good. All right. Thanks a lot to Jiu-Jitsu Soap Co. for all the support. Also, check out giraffechoke.com. Use the promo code... Oh, what happened to my promo code? JJ Radio. Use the promo code JJ Radio at giraffechoke.com. For a limited time, you get 20% off orders of $50 or more. They got some of my favorite hats, actually. They get the heel hook hat, Superman hat. Actually, the Superman punch hat is one of my favorite ones. Someone tried to steal it. Didn't really work out that well for them. So go get your own at giraffechoke.com. Use the promo code JJ Radio. And also introducing one of our newest sponsors, good friends of Shawn's. And do you want to say something special about this?
Yeah. Monstrous brand has been started by my buddy Brandon.
So Monstrous brand Brandon?
What? Yeah. Brandon. Yeah. Monstrous brand Brandon is basically, he came up with a cool concept. Dude likes to draw monsters, and he made a company around it.
Yeah, the Kaiju shirt that you showed me. I
Yes.
definitely need to get that. So Brandon, if you got any more of those Kaiju Jitsu shirts, hook a brother up. Check out Monsters Brand. Monsters Brand is an outfitter for the monsters out there on the mat and in the gym. Too often are people of size overlooked and left wanting great gear, and we, or Monsters Brand, is here to help. The gear is meant to add a layer of confidence to those needing a push or just to look good doing what you do. But I mean, we already look sexy.
It's hard to build on perfection.
Yeah.
But it's like
saying infinity plus one.
Yeah, or putting that cherry on the most delicious dessert ever created.
But I don't like those Muscatino cherries, whatever it's called.
What?
Those cherries that you put on sundaes?
Yeah.
You know what they're called?
Yeah.
What are they called?
They're
Bitch. Shut the fuck up.
Maraschino cherries.
Maraschino cherries. Yeah, those things are fucking gross. They gross me out. So just put a real cherry. Go to monstersbrand.com. Use the promo code JJCast15. That's the letter JJCAST, the number 15, and get 15% off your order. I know they only have a couple of those Kai Jiu-Jitsu shirts left, but they have some pretty cool ranked rash guards, and
they're doing a pre-order for shorts right now too.
Cool. So go get yours. Shout out to Monsters Brand. Thanks for joining the podcast. We appreciate the support. Let's get this motherfucker started.
You kidding me, boss?
Here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff.
Get stealing, woo, wheeling, dealing, limousine right, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
Can we start?
Yeah, go ahead.
because that was a pretty funny intro. I was recording on
Oh,
it.
you dirty son of a bitch.
Did you talk to Ligma?
I did, and he told me to say hello to you from under.
Okay, so Ligma nuts from under.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Coming in a little late, Mr. 8 o'clock.
I was here at 8:05.
No, you were here at like 8:25.
No, you're crazy. As it's 8:31 now, and I've been here way longer.
I don't know if I believe all that.
No.
You're very much on the Brazilian timeline.
Well, I had to go get my dog.
Hey, World's Masters started today.
Oh yeah, I know. There's some good matchups. It's funny, man. I'll tell you what's really cool about the World Masters now is like all the old guys that used to be the shit back in the day.
All the champions that are just like 34 and like they're still in fucking prime physical condition.
Yeah, now they get to be double world champions by becoming world champions with the old guys.
That's kind of bullshit. I don't agree with that. As cool as it is, I still don't think that's fucking fair. Because you have guys that are actually like old and maybe just got their black belts and they want to do that. Now they're getting fucking...
Yeah, but how cool... You can't look at it like that. You got to look at it as a cool fucking experience.
For sure.
I paid $130 to roll with Havato.
To get my ass kicked by who?
Lovato Jr.
Yeah.
Or Salo Ribeiro. Or actually, I don't think he's doing it, but
Shonda Ribeiro.
Shonda's doing it. I mean, there's Clark Gracie. I mean, all these guys are older now. They don't want to roll with those young fucking bucks down in the adult worlds, and I don't blame them because now it's like, dude, if you look at the regular world championships, these kids are no longer. It's not just people who do jiu-jitsu. These people are fucking athletes,
grapplers, fucking.
They're professional grapplers now. That wasn't around 10 years ago.
No, you might get lucky. I remember going to one tournament, and like Melvin Gillard was sitting there and he was like competing. Once in a while you'd get like the pro MMA guys jumping in. Like now it's fucking Benson Henderson is jumping in on these tournaments, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's
Benson is a different animal. Benson, I think, is a true martial artist. He just likes to compete and he loves jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's now you're kind of the everyday Joe Schmo is really gonna get to go and compete against top level athletes. So you never know what you're gonna get. I mean, it is a little bit stacked in the favor of people who get to be paid to train every day, but it doesn't mean that you can't go home and say, hey, I beat a UFC fighter or I beat so and so.
Yeah. Well, even John Jones is doing grappling tournaments.
Yeah, but that's kind of like bullshit. Like he's so fucking good. He's just at a different level. Like who did he roll against? He did the jiu-jitsu tournament. I forget who he rolled against.
I remember
say Dan Henderson, right?
Well, he did have a match against Dan Henderson.
Yeah. Don't worry about PDP. He's just walking around. So we have Shawn's dog here, being the mascot and just kind of walking around, perusing everything. There's nothing in there.
No, he wants to get up on it.
Oh. Yeah, just go ahead and throw my shit everywhere. I appreciate that. So World Masters started today. Good luck to everybody that's competing.
Foster's doing it. I saw he's already in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I saw that he was having trouble picking out what gi he was going to wear.
Yeah, fuck that Sasquatch looking motherfucker.
Fucking guy. Showy Roll is putting out in-person release like usual.
Yeah. Well, not as usual. They're doing it at the Masters Worlds this time.
Yeah, but in-person drops is nothing new. Funny enough, Tatami is out there now too. I don't think that they were out there last time.
Let me just say something about Tatami. I've never had a Tatami gi, so I don't know how comfortable their gis are. But their fucking rash guards are my favorite fucking rash guards.
Yeah, they upped their game. The gis are actually super comfortable. I think a couple of years ago they were kind of rough if you were going towards the lower end gis, but now they stepped up their game so much. And this is not me giving you any kind of like partial treatment because I've done work with them. They're legitimately good gis. I waited 8 months, I think, for the Mike Fowler gi, my sushi chef looking gi.
Yeah.
And even though it shrunk a little bit, it's super fucking comfortable. And then you have the new ones, the Leva gis. Those are super light. And they have a lot of cool options. And the rash guards, every time now for women, kind of unfair. They get cooler designs. They have like an avocado spats. They have like unicorn donut spats, all kinds of stuff.
They're not, spats are kind of unisex.
No, not these. These are definitely women cut. They're not like a regular compression pant spats for men.
Well, they got a little junk in the trunk.
Yeah, they got a little extra booty space going there. Which, I mean, not that I'm lacking. I got booty meat for days here, but you know, I don't think I can. They don't come in my height. So yeah, good luck to everybody that's competing. There is some news that I did want to bring up that's kind of crazy. I want to give a quick shout out to my boy Jacob Bear. He gave me the information. He shot me a link, I believe yesterday, the day before. Last time that we were on the podcast, we talked about how some black belts take advantage of their position by either trying to start a relationship or having some kind of relations with newer belts or students and stuff like that. And I'm actually going to read a news release because this happened locally. It happened down here in Davie. It seems that some fucking scumbag decided that he should sexually assault 3 of his students while he was also already under investigation for another felony, I guess, or whatever crime that he had committed. But I read you what I got here. A Davie Jiu-Jitsu instructor accused of sexually assaulting 2 minors during class has been hit with an additional charge. Hollywood police charged 34-year-old Joao da Silva with sexual assault of a minor after they said he sexually assaulted a 17-year-old student of his after he told her he would show her how to be with a man. Let's see. Police said the incident happened when Da Silva went to the beach with a group of students. Da Silva already faces additional counts of lewd and lascivious molestation and sexual assault of a minor after he was accused of grabbing the breasts of a 13-year-old and 15-year-old at Raiva Jiu-Jitsu, which I never even knew was.
Never heard of it.
Javia.
Ravia.
It's Ravia.
Ravia.
He appeared in bond court Wednesday morning, and he was denied bond on 1 count and $75,000 each for other 3 charges. He also been ordered to stay away from victims' homes and schools. So right off the bat, fuck that guy. So, and then the worst part is after Jacob sent me the link and I started kind of looking into it, I saw that it was up on, I think it was Jiu-Jitsu Times. And people actually had the fucking gall to go and defend this guy. They're like, oh, well, you guys can't attack someone. It's, you know, it's not guilty until proven innocent. It's like, all right, hold up. No one is going to get arrested off of just an accusation. They have to investigate.
They have to do an investigation.
They have to do an actual investigation. They have to actually have the evidence to sit there and say, this fucking guy did this.
Yeah, if you're not caught on, like,
I can't just sit there and say so and so touched me and that I automatically go to jail. No, they have to say like, okay, what happened? Let's do our research, find the evidence, and go. Unless it was someone like it's like a murder and it's kind of speculation, like even then, they have to have the evidence. So for everyone that's actually out to try and defend this guy, you can go fuck yourself. You should go and get fucked in the ass too. So
here's the thing. It's really, like we talked about last week, it's weird where black belts find themselves in this position of power. It happens, and it's going to happen. Once you become a black belt, you're a black belt, and there's kind of a, like I said, a little mystique to it. But you're still a fucking human being. You don't use that position to manipulate and fuck with people like that, especially kids.
It's not even like manipulation. It's not like you like told a kid, hey, go and steal a fucking candy bar for me. It's like you're sitting there and you're preying on a child.
Well, it is manipulation if you did tell look,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
okay.
it is. It's a mental manipulation, yeah, but it's not a full on like, okay, just go steal that for me. Like I said, it's okay. No, it's you're trying to sit there and fucking molest someone. You're trying to rape someone. That's the thing where it's like, and I'm not saying that it hasn't happened in other martial arts because we know it's happened before, and you know,
but it happens a lot in jiu-jitsu, and or I guess I
It's
say
just happened- no.
that. No,
It's been happening a lot more
right,
recently.
Recently,
Yeah.
But that's you know why all that really is the reason why is because there's more of it, and we pay attention to jiu-jitsu now. Like it's like
but I think it's also with the whole Me Too movement and all this other stuff that's going on. I think people are more confident about standing up for themselves and saying like, hey, this happened to me, which is great. And if something happened to you, you should definitely say something. But I think the fact that it's coming out so much in the last couple of months and like year for jiu-jitsu, it just kind of shows.
It's been even longer than that. We had one locally a couple years ago with Hermes Franca
Yeah.
up at the Armory.
Yeah.
So
And I mean, the other guy that we talked about was like Barros or whatever, Silva, the one that was down here in Miami to train. He got called out on it because he did it in Brazil. So, I mean, it happens. And it's funny because while I was doing the research for this, I found another one that happened, I think, last year in Winnipeg, up in Canada. And then there was a guy that you and I didn't talk about it, but about the guy in, I want to say it was like Illinois, that
both of them.
Yeah, right. No, it was one of the teachers up there that he got in trouble for it, like for trying to get with like a 15-year-old, like he kissed her, did all this stuff. But then he got to keep his school. And the loophole that he was doing, we did a whole podcast on it. And what pisses me off is that the person that brought up the information to me, then I did the research and I was sitting there and calling him out because it involved Hickson. So I actually emailed Hickson and I emailed Jiu-Jitsu Times and I asked them all the information. Nobody would touch it. But then out of nowhere, like 2 months later, all of a sudden, Jiu-Jitsu Times broke the story. No, that was like me sitting there and asking and sending out emails. And I still have the fucking emails and messages to show it. But it was just one of those things that nobody wanted to touch. And then all of a sudden it became the fucking thing.
Well, even Marcelo Goncalves. I mean, dude, it's there's nothing you can do. I was gonna say something needs to be done, but there's nothing you can do. If you're a fucking sicko perv, you're going to be a fucking sicko perv whether you're teaching jiu-jitsu or you're an AT&T linesman or work the cashier at Walmart.
But the bad part is that these people are automatically in a position where they have access. Well, no, where they have access.
Well, it's access, but they have power.
Yeah.
There's a weird dynamic that happens when you have power over somebody.
Well, you come in like it's if you want to look at it in their point of view, it's so fucking twisted because it's like you're automatically in a position where kids with low self-esteem and low confidence are literally brought to you and given to you, and the parents will say, please help me with this kid, whatever you want to do. And they'll probably go about it in a certain way where they're like, they do the little things that help build the confidence of the kid. So now the kid trusts this guy. It's like, I like this guy. He does all this stuff for me. He made me feel better. And now all of a sudden when it's fucking prime for the picking, then this fucking child molester be like, hey, why don't you do this? Or I want to fucking touch my dick.
Or let me touch your boobie.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's really fucked up. And it's one of those things that it sucks because it gives the sport a bad name, considering the amount of people that have been caught in the last year. But it shines a light even more for me, I think, on people have to pay attention to it. And it sucks because you're making kids have to grow up way too early. They see the real negative nature of the human being.
That part I think is going to happen anyways, just because of the nature of the internet nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's like kids are getting an earlier education to shit that we had no idea of.
I mean, I still consider myself naive on a lot of stuff, but I mean, I just remember even things that I look at that I thought when I was 25, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I was that fucking naive at 25. You know, and now kids are seeing this shit at like 8, 9 years old.
Well, it's. I guess what this comes down to is parents be vigilant when whatever your kid is doing, whether it's because this doesn't. It's not just jiu-jitsu.
No, it could be anyone.
It happens in baseball, football,
gymnastics, in the Olympic level. Look at what happened in the Olympics.
Yeah, I mean it's people will abuse power. People who have never had power will abuse power once they got it.
It's like someone like being like that nerd in high school and all of a sudden becomes a cop, but he's that asshole cop.
Yeah, one of my mentors told me something. He taught me a lesson one time, and it was profound. And he asked me what I would do if I was given power. Like if you were elected president, what would you do with that power? And like my immediate answer was, well, I guess what I'd try to do is I'd try to make it so the people who are bad couldn't thrive or have that power, or whatever. And he's like, well, that's a wrong answer. And I was like, well, what's the right answer? He goes, if you have power, you need to give it back to the people.
Right.
It's not a communist kind of give the power to socialists back to the people. But if you have power, you give it away. You don't want that power. Let people have the power to govern themselves. If you have power over somebody, you shouldn't use that power.
Abuse the power,
or use it.
You don't actually. What's the word?
We're all fucking human beings.
Yeah, but look at it this way. So, because I was having an argument with someone the other day. Because right now in Florida, they're putting the vote out to allow convicted felons to vote again.
Honestly, I think if you've paid your debt to society, I don't see why that right as an American is taken away from you.
Because you lost it.
There's
got to be certain, like, from my point of view, there's got to be certain things that have to remain sacred for the system to have its power. It's one of those things. If you do something wrong and I ground you, but every time that I ground you, it's a little less, and then later on I say, you know what, I'm not going to ground you for that anymore. Like, here's your TV back. You're going to be like, all right, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. I wait a couple of months, and then I get my TV back. No big deal. I'm going to fucking do it again. So if I followed the rules to the T, I didn't break the law, I didn't kill anybody, I didn't do anything, I get the right to vote. But you have been cheating the system, have been fucking going and doing whatever the fuck you want to do. Why would you get the right to vote again?
Because it's not like that for everybody. You can be a felon on your first charge,
right?
And let's say you're 18 years old,
okay,
and you don't get your you come from the wrong side of the tracks,
right?
And like you're slinging a little weed, and in order to sling that weed, you got to buy weed by bulk. So you get caught buying a big bag of weed,
right?
Enough that it's a felony. You go to jail, spend 6-8 months in jail or something for this big bag of weed.
But here's the thing.
Wait. You come out, and now you are a convicted felon. So it's going to be hard to find a job. You are also now don't have the right to vote. So now, fast forward 10 years, you get your life together. You learned your lesson from this. But now here you are, a convicted felon for holding pot, something that I believe should be fucking legal everywhere. And if you saw how many people are in jail because of marijuana,
for sure.
Marijuana, a plant that's natural. So
right, but let's get rid of that part.
But that's where. But these still
for a lot of people that's the case. For a lot of people that's the case.
So
for sure.
Should they not? They lose their right as an American.
But those people are getting put into the same group as I killed somebody, I shot someone, I come back out. Do I get the right to own a gun again?
If you pay your debt to society.
No, Shawn, because you can't sit there.
Well, I'll tell you what the problem is. Wait. The problem is with American prisons, the focus isn't on rehabilitation.
No, okay. Well, then you're getting into a whole different conversation altogether.
Right.
But I'm saying is, if someone like this guy, he sexually assaulted some minors. Let's say he raped someone. Do you think that person should have the right to vote again, to own a gun, should he be allowed to go on a school campus?
The problem is my conservative nature of once you're an American. While you're a prisoner, you're a prisoner. You don't get. You're
not answering my question though.
I feel like if you've paid your debt to society,
okay,
if you follow everything to the T.
A guy that sat there and molested 5 kids, does he have a right now to be able to go to a school?
If he gets no. Well, there's people that molest kids have to register as sexual offenders for the rest of their lives.
Right, but you're saying
so it's something that you can't say he can go to a school. Can he own a gun?
His right.
Can he? It's not his right to.
He has a right to walk down the street. If I shoot someone, do I have the right afterwards to get a gun?
If you're an American, yes, you should have the right to get a gun.
No way. Okay, so what about a repeat offender? If someone
If they're a repeat offender, 3 strikes, you're out. You're done.
Okay, so what's the difference then? So someone that's been to jail 5-10 times, should they be allowed to vote after?
If they've paid their debt to society, yes. As an American citizen, you should not have your rights taken away.
For breaking the law.
Well, no, you shouldn't have your rights taken away if you are a free American. If you paid your debt to society, so you did your time in jail,
right?
You went through the what's the thing called after jail, or I'm having a brain fart.
Post jail.
Probation.
Probation.
So you spent your time in jail. You make it through probation,
right.
and you're clean.
I think probation is before jail.
No, it's after.
Okay,
it's after. So after, and you do it clean.
Right.
After you end probation, you should have every right as an American reinstituted. That's what I believe. I think because you are an American citizen, no matter what.
So then, what's the point? But what's the point? But what's the point then, like, of having these laws? If you're gonna break them, it's like, okay, well, you were grounded for 6 months, but now it's okay.
It's different because here's the thing: most felons are going to do what they want anyway, regardless of whether they have.
So why should they have the same rights as someone who doesn't break the law?
But here's what I'm saying though. Because there's going to be felons that get it right, and I don't know what the percentage is because I'm not a statistician or anything like that, but
mathematician.
But what I think is if you've done your time and you've paid your debt to society and you've done everything you can to try to be better than you were going out.
But who's to judge that?
Well, your probation officer.
But how many people that they do the whole, you go up in front of a hearing and say, oh, I'm rehabilitated, I'm fine, come out, and a week later they do the same shit.
Well, that's a week later. I'm talking about once you get done with probation, which is normally anywhere from like 6 months to 2 years, sometimes 5 years probation. I've heard.
Okay, let me ask you this then.
But let me ask you a question before we move on. What makes an American an American? Where we live, or our rights?
The rights.
The rights that we have. Yeah. So.
Well, where we live.
What are the rights that we have as an American?
Freedom of speech. Freedom to own a gun.
Exactly.
Right to vote.
Right to vote.
Right to vote.
Exactly.
Not as an American, privilege to vote.
As an American citizen.
Right.
A right is even more than a privilege. If you have a right to it, it's even more than a privilege.
But if
they don't lose their status as an American citizen.
But if you take it for granted, and then you throw it out,
we all take it for granted.
No, but
yes, we do.
Okay,
we take the fact.
But again, do you think that a law-abiding citizen who's never even gotten a speeding ticket should be put in the same class as the guy that shot 5 people?
Are they both Americans?
They're both Americans.
Yes.
Okay. So you 100% think that the guy who's killed 10 people has the guy that gets. But listen, the guy who's killed 10 people has the same rights to own a gun as the guy who's never broken the law.
Yes, if he's paid his debt to society.
You're fucking insane.
No, it's just I believe in America.
It's not America.
It's
about human beings.
Well, that's exactly it, though. But what separates America from the rest of the world is our freedom. If you have paid your debt to society, you've made it through probation, you should be considered a free man. If you are a free man, you should have every right that every other American should have, no matter what.
No way. You're taking away the incentive of you being a good person. There's a difference. If you're a good person, your
Morality
whole life,
has nothing to do with being an American.
what are you talking about?
It has nothing to do with it.
So then what's the point? So what's the
fact
point
that
of-
you're talking feelings and rights. Morality has nothing. I could be the shittiest person on the planet. As long as I'm an American citizen, I should get the rights. A free American citizen, I get the rights that every other American gets.
Okay,
That's what a lot.
But that makes no sense. Okay.
It makes 100% sense.
So if you go by, every day I just decide to shoot someone in the fucking leg, all right?
You wouldn't be. Here's the thing: you wouldn't be freed. You wouldn't get freed.
Now, okay, that's not true. There's people that's killed people that are out in like a couple of years.
No, if it's but not multiple people.
For sure.
No,
Go
not murder.
Yeah.
No, not murder. Manslaughter, yes. Murder, no. If you murder multiple people, you're in jail for, if not the rest of your life, the majority of it. You might get out when you're 70 years old.
Okay, DUI driver. Someone
Okay.
goes fucking bonkers and they run over 10 people. They kill them
Okay.
all. Does that person have the right to drive?
Yes.
You're fucking batshit crazy.
No.
You're
If they
crazy.
pay
No
their debt
way.
to society.
All right, look at me. All right, I'm an immigrant.
Right.
I busted my ass to become a citizen. I do everything I can to obey the law. I could easily go out and break the law and do whatever. Do you
Yeah.
think there's no reason why if you remove that incentive to do what's right, you're not keeping anything sacred.
The incentive to do things right has nothing to do with your rights as an American.
Here's the
citizen.
difference. Like on half of it, I agree because someone that's been incarcerated has maybe a more in-depth view of how shit really works on the other side. And they can sit there and say, hey, that's not right how people are treated in jail cells, right? Mm-hmm. I completely agree with that. However, if we hold the right to vote and to make the decisions for other people, right?
But who makes that decision?
The people.
No, it's not the people. The people don't make that decision. What happens?
Why
is
do you vote then?
Bureaucrats make that decision.
But why do you vote then?
We are not a
Do you vote?
true democracy.
We're not a true democracy, but now you're getting into semantics.
Right, but it's not semantics.
So, but here's the thing.
There are people that get incentivized for the recidivism rate in prison.
You're straying off the subject that we're discussing. I don't give a fuck about like the way that shit's working. If we're talking about the way that it's supposed to be, if you have the right to vote, someone who's in jail will have a better understanding of how fucked up the system really is. 100%. I think that they should speak out on stuff like that. However, as someone who's a law-abiding citizen, I don't think it's fair that the person who does everything they can to make sure they follow the law is treated the same way as someone who doesn't give a fuck about the law.
If somebody doesn't give a fuck about the law, do you think they're going to vote? Honestly.
Are we gonna go back into corrupt politicians then?
No. I'm talking about
Because they don't follow the law.
Look, everybody breaks laws. I don't care what anybody says. There's nobody in this country besides
All right, so
maybe kids.
let's bring it all the way back around.
Okay.
This guy is going to jail because he molested these kids.
Right.
Does he have the right to teach jiu-jitsu again and teach kids?
Well, here's what I'm going to say, and let me say it completely. Does he have the right to open a school? If he pays his debt to society and he gets out, yes. He has the right to open that business. However, what people will also have the right to is not bring their fucking kids to that school. Why?
But what if they don't know?
Well, he has to register as a sex offender.
He can register, but if someone comes into his business, he doesn't have to say, "Hey, thanks for coming in. By the way,
Right.
I touched little peepees."
What needs to happen is that's a lesson for a parent to learn.
You're setting someone up for a risk that they didn't know was there.
That risk is always there. Let me ask you.
But
a question.
okay, but the risk is always there, yes. But is it not an elevated risk if
and-
you're walking into the place of someone that's done that?
Well, of course.
Okay,
But
so let me
here's the
ask you
thing.
something then. If you are accused of, let's say you own a massage parlor, and you're accused of sexually assaulting people while you give them a massage, you go to jail,
Right.
pay your dues. Should you be allowed to have a massage parlor again?
American citizen.
You don't think like, it's probably not right.
Well, here's the thing. Morally, here's where we stand differently. Morally, do I think that person should be able to? No, I think that person, if someone sexually assaults somebody, I think they should be sexually assaulted, and then they should not be able to do things that put them in.
So now you no.
Here's what morally, I don't believe that.
Okay.
But the fact that the thing is as an American, I have to believe that every American citizen has that right. Every free American citizen has that right. Because if it's one thing, if anytime you lose your rights, anytime that you give that right up, it's impossible to get back. So, it comes down to, it can't be one. You can't. We don't have the manpower or the resources to individually judge each case. Okay, this guy's just pot, so he gets all his rights back. This guy did this, so he doesn't get his rights back. We don't have the sources or the manpower or the resources to do that. But what we can do is say, look, if you've paid your debt to society, you get another shot. This is America. It's the land of what?
The free?
And, well, yeah, but it's also the land of another thing. Why do immigrants come here?
Because it's called the land of the free.
No, that's another reason. The land of opportunity. So
right, but again, if you squander that opportunity,
and what'll happen is if this guy, say this gentleman, piece of shit that touches kids, I can't believe I'm just calling him a gentleman.
Yeah.
But this fucker here touches a kid.
Right.
He can go out and open another school. If he touches another fucking kid, then he goes to jail. And that's.
What about the kid?
This is going.
You see what I'm saying? Like
I know, I get it, dude. But we can't. Here's the thing: is we cannot protect everybody. It's impossible. You cannot protect everybody. And
you're not going to protect the kids.
You can't protect the kids. You can do the best to your ability.
Okay. All right.
But there's a saying, and I want to if I can look it up. I'm again, we don't do research here,
right?
Or we don't check our facts, whatever. I want to say it's Thomas Paine. No, it's somebody. But they say people who will give up their rights for temporary safety deserve neither. Or no, people who give up their freedom for safety, temporary safety, deserve neither safety or freedom. So if you're going to give up your rights for freedom, you don't deserve them.
Well, that's like the people you can't take our guns away. Like people want gun control, but now once you take somebody's rights away, you're not going to get them back.
No. And here's the thing, we have fucking gun control.
Yeah, we just have a bunch of crazy people.
Do you think somebody who's crazy cares about a fucking gun law?
Now, here's the thing. This is the funny part. So, a couple of weeks ago, when I was having this conversation with someone, and mind you, I'm open-minded to both. Obviously, I have my opinion. These two guys had Facebook beef, right? One of them...
My favorite kind of beef.
So, let's say douche 1 was a felon who was arguing with douche 2, who is not a felon. He's never broken the law. These two guys start arguing, and I want to say it was about having the gun rights back for felons or whatever, the right to vote. I'm sorry. Deuce 2, who's never broken the law, said, "I'll come over to your house right now." So he went over there and fucking shot at the guy.
Yeah.
So now, the felon who doesn't own a gun, who's completely okay, this is stupid. Right. He's the one that got shot when he was the one that was following the law.
That happened in Tampa.
Yeah, so it's at the end of the day, people are just fucking stupid.
People are stupid. But the founding fathers made a brilliant fucking piece of You
don't know. You don't know what you're saying. But I know what you're trying to say, but you're...
The Constitution...
Your English is how you say not so good.
Yeah. The Constitution is perfectly written. Perfectly written. It's as relevant today as it was 238 years ago or whatever.
That took so much fucking forethought to put out there, like, how far ahead do you have to think to be like, okay, how can we not fuck this up?
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. It's going to get changed anyway. There's people changing it, so it doesn't matter.
I don't think
It's going out the window.
No.
For sure.
If that happens,
watch.
America's done.
You don't think that's going to happen?
No.
I will put you money on it right now that it'll happen.
You can put money on it, but nobody's going to change the Constitution. No one's going to get rid of the Constitution. The Constitution.
I didn't say they're going to get rid of it, but they're going to alter it enough.
They can't. They're not going to alter it. You can't alter it.
Sure.
What's going to happen is nothing's going to happen to that Constitution.
You'll see.
They're going to try, but what people forget is that people in America are fiercely protective of their freedoms.
For sure.
So,
including myself.
So again, if someone wants to change the Constitution for a temporary safety, give up their freedoms as an American for feeling safe, they don't deserve their freedoms, nor do they deserve to be safe. Look,
at the end of the day, this fucking scumbag from Davie, what was this guy's name again? Let me look it up.
João
da Silva. Hey, I hope you run into the booty warrior. I really, really hope you run into the booty warrior.
I hope he runs into many booty warriors.
You know who the booty warrior is, right?
No, I have no idea.
You don't know who the booty warrior is?
No.
Oh my God. You have to fucking watch this documentary. So, one of my favorite things, obviously, is cops, right? And anything that involves that kind of stuff, like the world's like most dangerous jail or the most dangerous jail in America, all that stuff, I fucking love watching that stuff. So, like, Scared Straight, fucking love it. All that stuff I think is hilarious. But there was a documentary on one of the prisons, and they interviewed this guy who calls himself the Booty Warrior. All right? This guy loved to take in people's booties. So if you watch it, they actually made fun of him on the Boondocks. They copied him on the Boondocks. So they're filming and they're asking questions. He's like, so what do you tell a guy when you're trying to like turn him out or whatever? He's like, look, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. So it's like, I want to say he said something like, I like you and I want you. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. Either way, I'm getting that booty. So this guy is like just known for like attacking people just to like bang them in the butt.
That's nice.
It's fucking hilarious. It's super scary if you were in jail and you got to deal with this guy. But because I'm not in jail, I fucking find it fucking hilarious. You have to look it up. It's fucking great.
Well, honestly, I think the crimes should, there should be a form of punishment other than incarceration.
Well, now you're talking about like Thailand and stuff like that.
Well, did you hear about the guy that killed Jordan? What is it?
He only got like a couple of years, yeah.
Jordan was it Parsons. But he was also, while he's in jail, he's required to carry around Jordan's picture with him. That's part of the punishment.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Look, that guy can fucking rot in hell too, man. Him and his mom. His mom should go to jail too.
Yeah, what a scumbag, hiding the car.
And then he went to like a body shop and said like, hey, I want you guys to fix this. They're like, there's fucking blood on here, man. Like, we're not fixing shit. They didn't want to touch it. So I don't know who that body shop is, but I appreciate them. I shout out to them because I think that was like the key turning point on finding out who he was. Because if they hadn't done that, if the guy would have just put the car in the garage, he would have gotten away with it for sure. Fucking scumbag. So fucking bad. Yeah, the guy got nothing. He got something like only like a couple of years or something, right? Not even that much. Whatever. Actually, you know what? Just a reminder. Now you just reminded me. Today is actually the 1-year anniversary of the passing of my friend, Dallas McCarver. Do you know Dallas?
I don't know Dallas.
Damn, that one just fucking hit me hard. Dallas was a professional bodybuilder that I met through working with Flex Lewis. He was a young kid. I want to say he was like 26, 27. He was young boy. He was the size of a fucking skyscraper. The dude was massive. Like, he could have easily played like the Hulk without the fucking makeup. The guy was huge, man. Like, I would say he would probably be like three of you shoulder to shoulder.
Shit.
Yeah. Like, and all muscle. Like, if you look him up, I posted a photo today. So anyway, today, a year ago, Dallas passed away. They found him in his home. I guess he had choked on his food. So it's kind of sad because he had so much potential. And it's funny, the last time I had spoken to him was maybe like, I want to say like 2-3 weeks before it happened. And we spent like an hour, 2 hours talking about what his plans were. He had like the WWE wanted to do a reality show with him, and like his girlfriend who was like in the WWE, like people wanted him to do all this and that. He was gonna take a year off to train and get like all this stuff like worked on because he had a bunch of injuries. Like, look, man, this guy came from a really, really like rough childhood.
What do you mean?
If you look at photos, like he's got like a big gap in his abs, and he had like I want to say it was like a hernia or something. His dad had kicked him so hard when he was a kid in the stomach that it ripped his like it ripped his abs open, stuff like that. He got shot.
How did he, like, he choked, like, just...
Yeah, they say that, so the thing is, like, I don't know, you're pretty familiar with, like, bodybuilders and the bodybuilding scene and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what a lot of people don't realize is that these guys at that kind of a size are constantly eating. Like, constantly eating. We're talking about, like, 8 meals a day.
Sometimes more, 12.
More. And
massive amounts of food.
You know, and it's one of those things where you're constantly eating. So if you notice, a lot of these guys will chop up their food super fine, because they get tired of chewing. Like, you really get tired of fucking chewing. Like, when you get to the point where you're tired of fucking eating, like, fuck, I'm so tired of just using my jaw. So, and obviously they use all kinds of stuff. I don't know, like, they didn't find anything. I think just basic, like, supplements, whatever, that he was taking, like, obviously that, like, bodybuilders would take. But there was nothing crazy. There wasn't, like, any drugs or anything like that. It wasn't, like, whatever. He had a lot of medical issues leading up to the event. He collapsed at the Arnold in Australia. He came back, and there's a lot of stuff that I can't talk about that I know about. But he had his own couple medical issues that he was working on. And so what happened was I forget the name of his roommate, but basically his roommate had left. Dallas was chilling there, and his roommate came back, and he found him like blue, like on the floor. He choked. Something must have happened where something got lodged up, and he just couldn't breathe. And
that's a scary proposition, that you die doing something that every person does every single day.
And then you do multiple times a day.
Multiple times a day.
Like, I don't know if have you ever like choked on anything, and like, not to try and make like jokes or anything. Like, have you ever like actually choked on something?
I've gotten close where I like went down and then went right back up, and I know how scary that was.
Okay, so imagine that for the next 2 minutes, and there's nobody there, because it's happened to me. It happened to me when I was a kid.
But you know what? I've learned for that. I've also basic CPR.
Well, you can do things by yourself, but when the fight or flight kicks in,
you can give yourself the Heimlich maneuver over a couch or a chair.
Yeah. Again, you're talking about a 300-pound fucking human being. Like I said, look at his photo. The guy was huge.
Yeah.
So if he would have done that, he would have just broken the couch. And again, you don't know, like, nobody knows for certain exactly what happened. But that fear that comes in it's not paralyzing, but when you hear people, I saw like my life flash before my eyes, 100%, it happens. I've almost drowned like 2 or 3 times. I choked when I was a kid, and like to this day I remember everything that was going on. It's a different kind of fear. It's not like, oh, you're getting choked like when you're rolling and stuff like that. It's a different kind of fear. And when everything starts to close, it's a panic that no one should have to deal with, because it's fucking scary. So anyway, yeah, today actually was a year on his passing. They found him in the middle of the night, and all kinds of stuff happened, but this kid had a bright future. So shout out to Dallas. We miss you, buddy. Not that I wanted to really make this somber, but it kind of just reminded me. He was a good dude, man. He had such a bright future. He could have hands down been one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time. He could have been the next Arnold, without a doubt.
Really?
Yeah, without a doubt. He had charisma. He had just brains. He had work ethic. He had it all, man. He had the potential to. He had, that something, that spark. When you see like special people, that guy had a spark.
Right.
That guy had a spark, and considering the fact of all the stuff that he had to deal with growing up, and it's something as simple as just fucking chewing your food.
Yeah, that's what's scary. It's like.
Yeah. Well, we're in a fucking fragile existence, man.
Humans are softer than we care to admit. We're really it's really easy to break us and hurt us.
Well, people don't realize how fragile like our existence really is. Like the fact that you are born relatively healthy and without any real complications, that's a miracle on its own, because statistically all the odds are against you. It's easier to fuck something up than it is to put something together. So whatever. All right, enough of that stuff.
So let's talk about something fun. Let's talk fanny packs.
No, because I don't have mine. Can we do that next time? Because my fanny pack will fucking blow yours away.
Well, it's not about.
Mine's cooler than yours.
It's not about cooler than yours. It's about. Let's just talk about why they are so awesome.
Here's the thing. I think they're cool. I think that they're useful.
Convenient.
I will never wear one. I think it's the dumbest fucking thing ever.
No, you think it is because of society's pressures.
No, it's got nothing to do with society. It's me as a person, like efficiency-wise, I think it's dumb.
How is that dumb? You just said it's convenient.
It's cool. It's convenient, but with all the other options that we have,
like
backpacks.
But why carry around a backpack for a wallet, your phone, some keys, and some chapstick?
Okay, first of all, I'm not walking around with chapstick. Second of all,
yes, you are.
If I have my phone, I don't want it near my testicles. Speaking of which, you heard what happened with, you saw the post I sent you about, what's his, Bryce? The UFC guy.
The UFC guy, yes.
That's why I try to keep things away from my nuts. So wait, hold on, let me pull this up. So for people that don't know, UFC fighter, let me pull this up real quick because I forget his name. Basically I guess he was putting something together, and he was holding a piece of plywood while he was, see, I'll read you his Facebook post. His name is Bryce Mitchell. So sorry, Bryce, I forgot your name. So I was going to train today, but I ripped my nutsack in half. I'm about to get stitched up. I was holding a board over my head with a drill in my pants. Fucking stupid idea, all right? Just letting you know off the bat.
Yeah, but you ever held a gun in your pants?
No, not on my dick. I was sizing up the board and the drill went off and tangled my nuts up in it. I dropped the board and reversed the drill and untangled my nutsack, but they was ripped in half. I'm serious too, LOL. I obviously can't post a pic, but when my nuts are sewed back, his English is totally off, by the way.
Oh, he's a country bumpkin. He's awesome.
Once my nuts are sealed back up, I'm gonna come train again. I think a high kick would re-rip them. And if I hear any shitty puns about how this whole thing is nutty or screwed up, I ain't talked to you for about a month. If you're gonna drop a pun to make fun of me, at least put some thought into it. Definitely, look, after reading his English like that, I can definitely see why you'd be dumb enough to put fucking drill next to your dick. Like,
dude, he's a real salt of the earth kind of guy. If you watch, I watched the.
I'm sure he's a nice guy. He's still a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Well, look, rednecks, man.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Rednecks.
I don't want a fanny pack. I don't want something that has a radioactive thing like my phone next to my balls.
Something's gonna happen to him anyways. Here's the thing. We're
I'll
all
take
gonna
a
go
shot to that. I'll take a shot to the nuts. No problem, because I can at least.
It's technically not by your balls.
It's right in front.
It's not in front of your balls. How low do you wear your fanny pack?
You gotta wear it low. Or you gonna wear it like high and tight?
I wear it high so nobody can see it, and I can wear it under my shirt.
Then what's the fucking point of wearing it?
I don't wear it. I don't wear it to be seen. I wear it for its fucking convenience.
Really?
Yes.
So you're gonna wear a fanny pack just to hide it under your shirt?
Yeah.
That's the dumbest fucking thing.
Why?
Would you wear a backpack to hide it under your shirt too?
I don't. The only reason I carry a backpack is because I need a fucking backpack.
Do you need a fanny pack?
I do. Because most of my shorts are. What do I wear 90% of the time?
Shorts.
Board shorts.
Okay.
Fucking board shorts that have one pocket in them.
What more do you need? A wallet and your phone. That's it.
Wallet, phone, keys.
It fits all in one pocket.
Knife.
You don't fucking have a knife. Stop.
I do have a knife. I always carry a knife.
That's not a knife.
It's a knife.
That's not a knife.
That's a knife.
Are we gonna do the crocodile Dundee thing?
Not only is it a knife, it's a multi-tool. I always carry that with me.
Then it's not a knife. It's a multi-tool.
No, it's a knife. It's not a Leatherman or anything like that. It's a fucking.
Does it have a knife?
It does have a big knife.
What else does it have?
It's got a like a thing that comes out.
Then it's not a fucking knife.
No, it's good.
It's a multi-tool.
No, it looks like a knife.
It's a advanced Swiss Army knife.
It's not even. It's not as rich and.
This man is opening up his fanny pack right now that he doesn't even show off to people.
Look at that knife.
It's a multi-tool. It's not a knife.
That's a fucking knife.
It's got 2 flathead screwdrivers, 2 Phillips, which I'm sure you probably didn't even know that's what they're called.
I did know what they were called. I'm not an idiot.
I
bought the knife because of that.
The fuck is this thing?
That's where you put the heads of the fucking
It's got
screwdrivers.
a gauge on here, like a mini ruler.
I can measure my dick like twice with that.
And then it's got a knife, which the knife is almost seems like it's not even tertiary. What's the other word for fourth? Quadrutionary.
No, it's the primary function of that tool.
If I have to go through that much to get to the knife, then it's not the primary.
Go through what? You fucking flip your thumb and the knife's open.
You got to go through the fucking
You don't have to go through
screwdrivers.
that.
You have to go through your dick measuring tool.
You don't have to go through that.
The fucking telescope
It's
that it
just
comes
part,
with it.
It's just there, dude. I think it's a brilliant piece of human engineering, that knife.
It's not even sharp.
I haven't sharpened it.
Then what's the fucking point of having a knife if it's not sharp?
It's sharp enough. It'll shave you. I bet you it will.
If by shaving you mean sandpaper quality razor sharp, then yes.
It'll shave you.
It'll definitely sandpaper the hair off.
You're
your
not
nuts.
shaving it right.
Look, there's nothing, and I'm relatively hairy. Look, it's taking at the most. It's taking.
Look at that.
The dirty skin flakes because I have not exfoliated today.
It's a fucking beautiful knife, and sometimes it may or may not. I will not confirm nor deny.
Stab people?
No, not the knife. But,
Shave your nutsack?
But there's something else that sometimes I carry in that.
Your dildo?
No, it's something that will protect you if somebody brings a different weapon to a knife fight.
A big floppy dildo.
Yes. Dude, speaking of which, have you seen that video?
Oh, the guy getting hit in the face and then...
Yeah, the guy opens the door and he gets whacked. Then the guy goes for the takedown, gets him in the fucking...
stacked. He
the
gets stacked.
prison stack with his pants down and starts going...
Oh, it's the best. I know that if I had been there, I
and
probably
you know,
would have died.
dude, he starts the whole thing holding a beer.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so fucking awesome.
That's
He just
the way it
starts
starts.
whacking him in the face with this huge dildo. Well, you know what else makes me laugh? Is when fucking people start throwing those dildos that stick to things.
Oh,
And
yeah.
also they just come up and hit a window and it's just going blop, boring.
What would you
I
say?
love dildos.
Well.
Videos.
That's definitely nothing new there.
My favorite dildo video is the Russian...
It's so bad.
My favorite dildo video is the Russian politician where the guy flies it in on a fucking drone.
On the drone, yeah.
His fucking penis is just floating around, dude.
It's so bad.
It's so fucking funny. I say this, and I'll say it for the rest of my life. If every man has the sense of humor that they had when they were 12 to 14 years old, if fucking you
I think for the most part we do.
yeah. So, like, if you see a flying dildo, if you thought it was funny when you were 12,
You're gonna find it
you're
funny
gonna
at
find
40.
you're gonna find it funny at 40.
How about, have you ever seen the video of, I want to say it was like a Romanian and a Hungarian politician. It might have been like a Russian guy. He was just talking, and this dude rushes the stage, points the gun at him.
And it doesn't
then
go off.
It doesn't go off. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have seen that.
You know what he was using? It was an air-powered gun. So that was used by, I want to say by the KGB to do that. Just like to silently assassinate people.
Oh, kind of like in No Country for Old Men.
I never watched that.
Oh, it's a great movie. The dude that killed people used the thing that they kill cows with. It's the compressed air and.
Well, that's a rod.
Yeah,
That's
it's a rod, but-
well, that's for what it actually shoots is bolts like that they
Yeah.
use for steel beams. That's the only thing that'll go through like a cow skull. No, but this is, it's an air compressed, so it's almost like a BB gun, but it's super air compressed, and they use that. And I saw it again the other day. It's like, fuck, you got so lucky, because at that range it is lethal. That's the whole point of it. You just see it up, click, and nothing happens, and then you see him like rushing to like try and reset it. How fucking nutty is that?
Dude, that guy had a bad day right there. You know, he's going into it thinking, all right, I'm going to be a hero to my people. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then click.
Oh man, fuck that. So, you just remind me of something I wanted to talk about. So, I've been noticing more and more lately how stubborn jiu-jitsu people are to admitting that they are wrong about a technique. So, there was a thread that popped up on my Facebook page, and there was an argument in regards to a call made at a jiu-jitsu tournament where, first of all, total sidetrack, I want to say a majority of fucking jiu-jitsu people don't know jack shit about judo throws and what they're called. Let's be fucking honest.
Yes, I agree.
We only know like maybe 2 or 3. Seonagi, right? Or you'll hear people
I don't
try
know
and use
shit.
right.
I know some names. I know Aranagi and Sayonagi.
Like there's a couple.
Yeah,
I know like a
but
couple.
I don't know what they are. I
Right.
couldn't point them out on a.
So the funny part is when people read that because someone did the research before them and they post it, all of a sudden they become fucking experts at the fucking throw. So with that being said, go fuck yourselves. All right, so it is a jiu-jitsu tournament, 100%. IBJJF jiu-jitsu tournament. Guy goes to make a throw. I want to say it was like a Seonagi, whatever.
I don't know what that is.
Well,
So
whatever. He goes to make the standard throw like we always do, where you turn around and you throw him over like your hip and your back, whatever. The guy stops it. The one that was getting thrown stops it, grabs him, and it's called like Tegaruma or something like that. He grabs the guy, picks him up already off of his feet. So the guy's already off of his feet. Goes to lean forward to like put him down on the ground, lifts him up even higher, slams him down and lands on top of it. Ref instantly stops it. DQ, fight's over. It's a slam.
right.
So the argument was, that's not a slam. The guy just threw him down. My counter argument is, if you lift someone higher than the initial arc necessary for the throw, it comes as a slam. So if I go,
yeah.
right, that's just the rules. That's exactly
But
what the
even
fucking rule is.
you still can't do a belly. You can't do a belly to back suplex.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So now that's the additions. It depends on how you land. If you land on your head, if you throw the person and they land on their head or their neck, that's a DQ. But if you throw them and you end up having
on the
have
side,
like a twist,
well, look, that's
it's
on
not
the
a
side.
true suplex.
Right, but I'm talking the belly to belly where their legs go over their fucking head.
Right.
That's the belly to back suplex.
You still can. You still can. Again, the rule is you can't end up slamming the person on their head. So you can suplex now in IBJJF. The rules are there. So I'm sitting there just trying to say, like, look, if the guy had just done the initial pickup of the opponent, followed the arc into the takedown, and landed on him, it doesn't matter how fucking hard he landed on him, it's a legal throw. But if you pick somebody up, go up higher, and then go down, then it's a fucking slam.
Yeah.
That's just plain and simple is what it is. But it became such a huge fucking thread and argument back and forth. I'm like, you can't be this fucking dumb. Like, it's not something that's up for debate. It's right there in front of you on video. So I started noticing more and more, like, why is it so fucking difficult for people to sit there and say, you're right, I'm wrong, or I see where you're coming from, but I don't agree with it. No, it's an instant reply of sassiness and fucking like smirk attitude, like, oh yeah, whatever, okay. It's like, no, then we're not being adults and having this conversation. Even like you and I, just like a moment ago, we're going back and forth, we're having like a heated debate, but at the end of the day, we're sitting there and understanding each other's side, whether we agree with it or not. But if someone's wrong, they're wrong.
So that reminds me of a story that I think should be fun to talk about. So when I first got into the Reddit world, I started making a few posts in the BJJ community subreddit, and I posted one of my transitions that I was teaching my class at the time, and this was a couple years ago. I had a guy from Australia tell me how wrong it was because I wasn't teaching them to just hold the move, to just hold like part of the let's say part of the transition was a triangle, and then I was having them move on from the triangle to either the armbar or the omoplata.
Right, the transition,
the natural transition.
Right.
This guy argued with me how wrong it was that I didn't teach them just to hold on to the triangle,
as if there's no possible way that someone could be defending the triangle.
And I was like, my whole theory on jiu-jitsu is you can't just have a plan A. You got to be able to have a plan A, B, C, D, or E.
Yeah.
And not only that, you have to go backwards. If Z was the last thing, you got to be able to go B, A, Z.
You got to change.
X, Y. You have to be able to be malleable.
Yeah.
And if you don't know the natural order of where to go during these things, you're going to get fucked in a roll or a match.
Here's how I approach that. And not that I should be telling you because you're the black belt, but here's how I approach it. I say I look them up, and if I don't see the word world champion in their credentials or on Google, then they can go fuck themselves.
Well,
that's how I approach it.
There's plenty of guys that are great that never won a world championship.
But you would see their credentials.
Yeah.
Remember the same thing I had with the fucking douchebag from South Africa that I called out? The one that said he got a black belt, but it was only because he paid for it.
Wearing the shoes in the jiu-jitsu match?
No. Not that guy, yeah, but no. On that thread, there was some fucking black belt that started calling me names and started saying that I'm a fucking idiot. So I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm like, wait a minute. Well, how is he actually arguing this with me? Because I forget what the points were, but the points that he was trying to argue, he was like way, way off on. And then he said like, oh, I'm a black belt, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well. So I started doing the research on it, on who he was. And this guy had been training for 18 years, but he only had his black belt like a year ago. But he claimed to have like trained under Hickson, under Haleo, under all these people. But yet he never got his black belt until he opened up a school after he started like as an affiliate for somebody else. I forget the guy's name. So it was very, very obvious that he only got his black belt because he opened up the affiliate. So I called him out on it. Fucking never heard a word ever again from that guy. It's like, and I told him, I was like, you sure you want to do this? Because I'll fucking call you out. And sure enough, he pushed the button. So I was like, all right, well, first of all, don't fucking claim you're somebody you're not. And don't tell me what the fuck I'm talking about, because you've been rolling for 18 years, and the only reason why you have a black belt is because you opened up this affiliate. So you can shut the fuck up. Never heard from that guy again.
Yeah.
It's like, it's stupid.
Here's the thing: is this guy from Australia went back and forth with me, telling me how wrong I was to teach transitions.
And like,
he said he was a brown belt, and what's cool about Reddit is you kind of have to prove that you are a to get there's a rank
I know the belt to
get the rank you have to send in photographic proof.
I put mine up there, no problem.
To get
the belt rank up there, the little icon with your belt color.
Yeah,
I just put mine.
No, it's just for black belts. I guess.
That's different. Yeah.
Yeah. So so this guy was arguing with me. He was a brown belt, but here's the thing: I didn't say he was wrong.
Yeah, he just wanted to be a dick.
The thing is you should teach your fucking students how to finish some shit, but at the same time, if they don't fucking finish it and somebody's fighting out of it, well, guess what? I don't care. You can have the best triangle game in the world. It's not going to work 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Nothing works 100% of the time. So this fucking douche nozzle out of fucking Australia went back and forth, and you can look it up if you go to Reddit and look up Gorilla Boy BJJ, you can find the thread, and it's all it was, dude. Is I just wanted to put something cool up there, a nice little transition.
There's always gonna be a dick.
Yeah, and I wasn't trying to say, look, I got the best transition in the world. This is unstoppable.
Yeah.
And this is how you should teach all your jiu-jitsu. I said, just a cool little transition that I came up with for my class.
That's just a turd in the punch bowl.
It's funny how everybody thinks that just because they have the ability to post an opinion, that their opinion matters.
It's not that their opinion doesn't matter. It's that it might just be shit.
Yeah,
your opinion is shit.
Yeah, by the way, people have bad ideas, and as much as I would love to think that I don't have bad ideas, I have plenty of fucking bad ideas.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. No, we all do. I for sure have tons of bad ideas. I just stick to my guns because I like laughing at myself afterwards at the bullshit. I don't hate. I know you're jealous about it. Just
like
stop.
Your hair.
Just stop. I know you're jealous. And second of all, if you're gonna make fun of my hair, just remember I'm growing it out to donate it. So, thanks a lot, Dick.
Look, that might be for a good cause. It doesn't make it a good idea.
What are you talking about? It's not a good idea to.
No, it's a great idea. It's a great idea to donate hair. I'm just saying that look on you.
Oh no, that's the. I'm willing to take the hit for a good cause for sure. Did I tell you the first time I donated what they sent me?
No.
So the first time I grew my hair out, I didn't know that you couldn't send processed hair because I was fucking dyeing my hair and doing all kinds of stupid shit because I thought it was cool. So I had to grow it out again. So I spent another 2 years growing out my hair, and I got down to like a little bit past my shoulders. I took super good care of my hair, like way more than a guy really should. So I go to donate it, and I said, you know what? I want to see what a long-haired mohawk looks like the old school punk, like super tall spike. So I told them, just buzz the sides, super short. And they're like, you sure you want to do that? I'm like, yeah, let's fucking do it. So I did it, and there's a photo of this. I look like the mullet that Creepy Weasel wanted to have. My hair
His fucking mullet was rad, though.
Right. His mullet is rad, but mine was like all the way down to like past my shoulders, like long.
His was bad. Too.
Yeah,
His
it was bad.
Too. He had a legit fucking mullet.
So that lasted all of 24 hours. Finally, I cut the rest off. I just buzzed the rest off. You tie it all up, like super tight, Ziploc bag, you ship it out. Couple of weeks later, I get a card from them. I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. They got my stuff. So they send you this card, and they said, it's basically a photo of what your hair would look like on like one of these kids. But it was a little girl and an older woman. I'm like, motherfuckers thought it was a girl. They like, how sexist is that? What, a guy can't have long hair? So it was super creepy. Like, I get what they were trying to go for, but it was super creepy. It's this lady with super long hair, and her hair comes down, and it flaps over this little girl's head. Yeah, it was super creepy. I think I still have it somewhere, but it was like the weirdest thing you could send to people. Like, thanks for your donation. Here's a creepy photo.
Here's a creepy photo.
Fucking crazy. But no, I'm trying to grow it out. Hopefully, it can grow it out enough. I think November, when it's No Shave November, it's also like you can shave your head, and that's for like to symbolize like cancer or whatever it is to help people with cancer. So hopefully, I can do it. So don't be jelly.
I'm not jelly.
I'll stick with my ugly hairdos.
I have really come to accept my baldness and actually revel in it. I really like being bald. The only problem is I shave it 3 times a week. If I could find a way to shave it less,
why don't you just laser it?
No, I'm not gonna laser it.
Just laser it.
No, I'll tell you why I'm not gonna laser it, and
Why?
you're gonna probably think I'm crazy, and it's fine. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Because in the event of apocalypse and I have to live in North Carolina, I'm gonna grow my hair even as much bald as I can, but I'm gonna need as much warmth as possible during those nuclear winters. So I'm gonna grow my hair if I ever have to. What's left of it.
Yeah, so that's stupid.
I'll do.
was
You know what I'm
really,
gonna do?
really
I'm gonna
dumb.
do this Sean Connery ponytail.
From Red Sonja, not Red Sonja. What the hell is that movie called?
No, he had a full hair in
It's like when he was wearing that red bikini outfit.
in Highlander. Oh no, that was something else.
That's where he had the long hair. He didn't.
or something like that.
He didn't have long
There was
hair.
a movie he did called Medicine Man.
That's way back. That's
it's
90s.
Yeah, 90s or 80s. But in it, he had he had the whole horseshoe, but a ponytail horseshoe.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Yeah, for sure. But look, dude, maybe someday I'll do the horseshoe ponytail. I don't know.
You couldn't last, I would say, like a couple of months.
I had long hair. I grew my hair out for a year.
No, you didn't have long hair. We talked about this. You had the penis head haircut.
No, it was
from the 80s.
No, it got longer.
That bowl
right
cut.
Right before I cut it, it was down to my shoulders. Everything was down to my shoulders.
All right, you show me that photo.
I don't have any photos.
Well, then it didn't fucking happen.
It did happen.
No,
it was there.
no,
For sure.
And
I have terrible hair. It's just very kinky.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't put product in it. So it
put
was
product. You know you're fucking old when you call it product. Oh my
What do
god.
you call it? What are you supposed to call it? Mousse?
Yeah, you could say moose.
Mousse sounds more old than product.
Not really.
I think you're the old one here.
Not really.
I bet you the ladies will back me up.
Oh, jeez.
All the ladies that listen to
They
this
call it
podcast,
product.
all the ladies that listen to this podcast, because we are definitely like the biggest.
You'd be
fucking
surprised. You'd be surprised how many.
poon magnets ever.
Wow. That's so bad.
They're all listening to this.
I just
podcast.
want to go ahead and say that wasn't me that said that. Let's just be honest
Oh
here.
come on!
What was I gonna tell you now?
I'm not playing that fucking
I'm not
politically
trying to
correct
be no
bullshit.
white knight, but I'm also
You're-
not gonna sit there and claim to be a fucking poon magnet. For
But look,
sure.
Well, here's the thing. First of all, I definitely wasn't serious when I said we were poon magnets. First of all, A, I'm not a poon magnet. B, BJJ really...
Well, hold on. Let's
wait,
take that back because I can actually vouch for you because that's really not the case. You get the weirdest kind of attention when we go out.
Yeah, but dudes are weird.
No. Like from girls. It'll be like random girls coming up to you. You don't remember that?
No. Oh, wait, at
Like Oktoberfest and stuff like that?
Yeah, that was
I
that
mean,
was weird.
granted, they usually are drunk when they come up to you, but, you know, pimping is pimping. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But like a good boy, I went home, drank some water, and puked out by the wall.
Which I totally left you for dead, by the way. Just for the record, I have left Shawn for dead on one or two occasions. So actually, we got to plan it again for this year.
Pretzel
Because
necklaces.
Yeah, I got to set up the pretzel necklaces this year.
We should do soft pretzel necklaces.
Yeah, but they can break. Someone will fucking yank on them.
Well, they're no worse than
How about we
hard.
just make like a giant, like
fucking
a
pretzel
ring?
necklace?
I'll just put a giant pretzel ring that you just walk around on your neck with. Or we could do bites and put it on a string, so you just have the bites.
What we really got to do is we got to get Lee training for that fucking hang.
I already talked to him about it the other day. You got
to start training now.
I gotta start doing it too.
And the secret is, don't adjust your hands. They're going to tell you.
You can adjust your hands.
You can adjust your hands. As soon as you do, you're going down.
You hold it. You hold that.
You just hold on. You grab that root and you hang on.
You know, it's funny. I didn't tell you. So this weekend, I spent most of my weekend working, doing photo shoots the whole weekend. I did one with Jazari Matuda for Virus on Friday, I think it was. And then Saturday, I went to go shoot Linton Vassell and Vulcan and all the other guys that were training with Coach Corey. So it's funny to catch up with all those guys.
Oh, yeah. Corey's such a good dude, man.
Yeah, he's a good coach, man.
But I just mean a good dude.
Yeah.
Him and I had many conversations.
You know what's funny, though, is it was on the beach. So Corey always starts everything off, when they're doing this, he starts off with a run. So they go to start running, so I run up ahead just so I can get a good shot. And they're like, oh, you're going to come running with us? I bet you didn't think that. I was like, nah, fuck you guys. I'm just here for this photo. And then, I just let them run. But, so we spent the next hour and a half on the beach. While they train, obviously I'm running out and taking photos. Afterwards, I leave, I'm like, fuck, my legs are sore. And I didn't even fucking work out. I was just walking around taking photos.
It's walking and
squatting
and all that shit.
But I was like, fuck, my legs are on fire from walking the sand. And they're like, oh, come train with us Saturday, next week, to go run with them and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, for sure. I'll come and run with you guys.
Yeah, I'll see you
there.
After
that, I don't know. I'm good, man. Give me a couple of weeks to catch up. Then maybe.
When I was in high school, my football coach, Jim O'Neill, we started what was called the first beach crew. He does it to this day, where he takes all his players to the beach and we would run from Lantana Beach down
Doesn't
past.
exist anymore.
It's there. It's just barely there. Yeah. And then but this is when there was a lot of beach there.
Yeah.
We'd run about halfway down to Lake Worth, run back, and then we would do sprints in the soft sand.
Yeah.
And it was hell. But
you get some killer fucking legs after
dude,
that.
We were in shape, man.
Yeah.
We were some 17-year-old fucking
animals.
But it's funny what that kind of shit has come back around.
That kind of training.
How it's funny to watch the cycle of fitness for athletics.
Yeah.
During the 80s, it was all about slinging weights, trying to get as big and strong as possible.
That's not true. Remember they used to have those Saturday morning workouts or whatever. It would be the one Hawaiian chick on the beach.
No, I'm not. I'm talking for athletes, not soccer moms sitting at home. I said athletes.
Yeah.
So football, every sport was trying to get big and huge and strong. Yeah. And then, but in the 70s, it was all about Nautilus, and even in the 50s and 60s, it was all about real movement. It was the clubs and Charles Atlas kind of stuff, push-ups and calisthenics and all that shit. But it's funny how what'll happen is it goes. The cycle goes around and it comes back again. Yeah. We're back to real world movements, training in the sand, doing we need some calisthenics and shit like that. We need some
Jack LaLanne shit. That's what we need.
Yeah. Jack LaLanne was a fucking animal.
He was fucking legit.
Did you ever see
juicer?
But did you ever see his fucking
his yearly
the swim he would do, and he would pull he did it when he was 80 years old. He would swim.
He did it all the way until he was 90. So for people who don't know, Jack LaLanne was the probably the very first fitness.
Charles Atlas
guru
would be the first.
But I would say no, Jack LaLanne was the one that made it popular for everybody.
Well, TV. He was the first guy. TV era.
And his whole thing was that he had the Jack LaLanne juicer, and he preached.
Well, not till the 90s.
He didn't have the juicer until the 90s, but he always preached about having juice. Just having juice and vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. That was always his big thing. And he never did any weights. It was all body weight stuff and maybe a towel, right? He
always wore a towel and that jumpsuit.
Yeah, he always had a towel. That was his workout tool. So every year he would do this mile-long swim while towing a boat and I think his wife or something was in the boat.
No, sometimes it was like up to 7 boats.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't
They were
just
all
one boat.
tied up, and he would just have a piece of rope in his mouth, and then he would just start swimming, and he was a legit fucking beast.
Yeah.
He was a legit fucking beast.
I was talking to Lee today about Marv Marinovich,
Oh yeah.
who was
He's
Todd Marinovich's dad.
Yeah.
From back, if you're a football fan, you might remember this guy. Stud quarterback for USC, came out of college like 2 years early to play for the Raiders, was a bust. But Marv Marinovich basically is one of those guys that has revolutionized training athletes. And he started with Todd. Todd was a project from the time he was a baby.
Yeah.
There's a really cool ESPN 30 for 30 on it called the Marinovich Project.
Yeah.
And Todd Marinovich basically just like stopped everything, and he's like a surfer and an artist out in California now. Like he just couldn't take the pressure anymore.
Yeah.
But his dad is trained BJ Penn right before he beat Kenny Florian in the title defense, and then somebody right afterwards too. I can't remember who it was, but do you remember that video of BJ jumping out of the pool?
Yeah.
And like up onto the deck, like a 3-foot pool. That's all Marinovich's.
Well, that's like I'm pretty sure it's Mark Marinovich. No, I'm thinking Nick Curson. Well, Nick Curson was a student.
Marv Marinovich.
Right, but Nick Curson was a student of his, and he started that Speed of Sport or something like that. I forget it's called. Studio out in California, and he was training Dos Anjos. Like when he was like burning through everybody. Yeah, it was like working on his principles.
And then the Marinovich system is basically about you don't train the athlete, or basically you're not
teaching them to fight.
No, you don't train slow because athletes aren't slow. It's fast movements, it's explosive movements. Yeah. It's a really interesting. If you can look it up on YouTube or whatever, but the ESPN 30 for 30 on Marv Marinovich was incredible. That's by the way, that's the only way I can watch sports anymore. Yeah, it's through documentaries. Like I can't watch a football game. I won't watch a baseball game.
I can't do those anymore.
I can't watch any sports anymore. I can watch fighting and I can watch sports documentaries, but I cannot watch sports.
So you just reminded me. I know we got to wrap things up real quick, but there was a fight down in Brazil. I want to say this past weekend, where one of the fighters caught the other guy in a guillotine choke, I think it was, held it for 2 minutes while arguing with the ref, and the ref told him just hold on to it. He's not he didn't tap, he's still awake, and the guy was holding on to it for 2 fucking minutes, and the guy was literally convulsing. And he's like, he's out, man.
You should have let him go.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But it's crazy. If you look it up, I can't pull it up right now, but if you look it up, it's pretty crazy. We can talk about it more next time. I'll pull up the video. But 2 fucking minutes. I'm like, that's fucking brain damage.
That's brain damage.
Yeah. Like, you killed somebody, for sure. But I can't fucking stand shitty refs.
What do you remember what rank it was?
It was a pro fight. I mean, let me see if I can pull it up.
Oh, it's an MMA fight.
It's an MMA fight, yeah. I don't want to fuck anything up. I'll tell you right now. Come on. Can I pull it up there? Nope, I can't. All right. Next time, I'll bring it up for you. In the meantime, we actually got to wrap things up because it is late. We got to get fucking rolling. I want to give a shout out to all the sponsors. Thank you very much to Choke Aloha. Thank you to Jiu-Jitsu Soap Co. Thank you, Giraffe Choke. And very special thank you to our newest sponsor, Monstros brand. Thank you for the support. Be sure you guys get the promo code. Just listen to the beginning of the podcast because I can't remember all those codes. But obviously, people are supporting the podcast, so you guys should support them. Support us. I forgot to tell them to check out our stuff, but whatever. They can read it. They can find it. We're all good to go. Anything else you want to say?
No.
Stop touching dildos. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you guys next time.
You can't
I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning.